So I had a first listen now to so far what we have come up with, and of course nothing is tuned yet. So, but with so many resonators, even though they aren't tuned, because they have a magical, yeah, not magic, but they start actually to like couple to each other. When you have a lot of Helmholtz resonator, when you start like tuning them, you often find out that the latest one is already in its best position because you have been tuning everything else to where's my English? What's happening in the room actually with the resonating frequencies. I already knew from earlier that the bass problem in this room is 40 Hertz, but this is how you can find out without any measuring instrument, just using your ears. Of course, you're going to use measurement instrument further down the line, but you can use a sine wave. I also like to use pink noise for a lot of measuring stuff, but today we're going to use sine waves. And now I have this built into the mixing board, but there's an app. There's a lot of apps for both Android and iOS, of course, that you can use to generate both pink noise and on sine wave, or you can just download a wave file or MP3 of pink noise. But sine wave generators are awesome because you can tweak them. And to find out your problem, now I'm sitting in the listening position, but of course you can move about in the room also if you have a phone and a wire or a wireless Bluetooth, whatever you have. So what you can do here is to like generate a tone. I don't know how well you will pick this up. So generating a tone, can't hear it because it's like 20 Hertz and I can slightly hear it. Humans are hearing from 20 Hertz to 20 kilohertz if they are perfect hearing. I'm 45, so of course not, but the low end, and these speakers drops out, not sure, like under 40, something like that, 30. But of course they play lower frequency, but to like a fair and even frequency response. So gonna raise this up. Now we're gonna hear the speakers. I'm raising up the frequency here. I don't know well you can see to 25 Hertz. Now we're starting to hear because the speakers are playing louder at this level because they have like a roll off in the bass. Of course, nothing is adjusted in the speakers. That's the way the speaker sings. And I can listen fairly the same volume. Once go up, we are 35 now. Here, 37 is stronger. 39.9 even stronger. As I said, 40 Hertz. Still 42.3 Hertz there. 44. Now it's starting to get softer. So you can look at the loudest peak. Here of course you can have measurement, but you can just use your ears. These are about the same in the spot I'm sitting. So I could actually now, if go about and listen, and I will find out that in my room I will have like dead spots with the 40 Hertz. Here it's almost dead, and here I have a lot more. So here would be a good way to probably here to try to trap that bass. I have a lot here also, so we will try to tune this to 40 Hertz. Let me move over here. That's mostly coming from the speakers. Down here not so much, maybe these are working. And we will try to get the 40 Hertz tune out. And we have a pipe there already tuned to 40 Hertz. So we can move about in the room even further, using our ears to listening for. Back here we have a stronger, go into this corner. Here's a lot of 40 hertz, so we would want a trap here, but that's not going to be possible, such a low trap. Let's listen up here. Here we have some 40 hertz, so maybe we should place a I don't know if you can hear my voice, but there's so much things happening here, so that my voice gets really affected by the resonance. You probably can't hear this through the phone. There's a lot of bass here. That's not 40. That's not 40. Shallgum fermenting, by the way. That's not 40. It is. I think those are like 42. So I could put one up here, but that would look like shite. And could we put one down here? They are 120. That means that the sofa will go out a bit. 42. I think that sofa is 90. 90, but plus 25. Houston, we have a problem. If we use some smaller sofa, maybe. You could basically use your ears to open and adjust these kind of resonators, but of course it's better with measurement. But you could show you in a later video where we can use some pink noise and go about and get a bit better understanding. I can hear there's a lot of resonance happening here also, so maybe my voice sounds funny. I can hear it. I don't know how well you can pick it up, but it's a start. But yeah, the room is not sounding bad, but it's not even all over the place. What's going to happen now when we're trying to tune out these frequencies is that it's going to get an even response throughout the room. They are like people trying to EQ out something from one spot, but there are more to it than that. So I'm going to go through all of this in later updates, but basically if you EQ for one spot, you're going to make it terrible everywhere else, because now I have stronger 40 hertz here, but that's over here we have no 40 hertz at all. So if we're going to EQ that out, yeah, this will drop even further here. And there's also such a thing as time, because resonating frequency will ring out, and that will mean that those resonating frequencies will be longer and longer. We hear as louder, and you can't EQ time. Quick nerdy update, not so quick. Hope you learned something. Try this at home, the listening test. You always want to start with the lowest problematic frequencies, so never start higher than that, because let me show you, because that means if you have a problem with 40, you probably have a problem with 80 also. Are we going to get stronger? Yeah, and we got to like 85ish on this, around 90 also have problems. And if we continue up, yeah, the doubling of that 90 is almost 188. Here's another one. But you should always start with the lowest one, and that's about 40 hertz. 10 minutes, sorry.